I mean, I've been always felt passionate about the environment, and I'm an environmentalist. And it is quite funny because I actually worked for the oil industry for some time. And I remember that once being in the North Sea in a platform, I was just looking to the horizon and I just realized that there was something not so okay with my life. And at that specific moment, I wondered myself, so what are these other alternatives that we have in order to move to something that I was believing more in? And just looking at the horizon, I just had the answer. It was the sun itself. And that's how I make the link, you know? I was working in the energy sector, looking at the sun. So why I was not working for the renewable energy sector? And I think that completely changed my life. So after living this experience in the oil industry, I just moved into the renewable energy. I did a master's in sustainable development, and that's where I really found my passion. So I work in WWF International, the Global Climate and Energy Initiative, and I work as advisor on energy economics. So what do I do as a living? Well, I do many things, I think. One of them is try to change the world. I'm trying to make people understand that there are alternatives to the way we live. And many of them are, well, at first reducing consumption in all senses, but more importantly, reducing our impact to the environment. And what better option or what better way than using renewable energy? The most challenging part of my job is making people to be aware that there are alternatives. And those alternatives are not only viable, but they're real. So I think every day I face people that, well, they might not be aware about this huge potential that renewable energy have in the world. And I think the challenging part is to convince these people, to make them understand under their worldviews that indeed a more sustainable future it is just a matter of choice. The most exciting part of my job, I think, is every time I have the opportunity to speak to public and I can convey a message, I think that's the greatest part. Coming here to Abu Dhabi to the International Renewable Energy Agency is just simply fantastic. Having sharing space with perhaps the brightest minds in the energy sector and having the opportunity to speak to them and to tell them from a WWF perspective how the future should shape, well, I think it's fantastic. That's the best of my job. I think what I would recommend to everyone is, first of all, to explore deep in themselves and debunk the myths that they have. So there's nothing better in a career than being really certain about what you want to do into the future. And for that, you need to take risks, and you need to be sure what's your objective in life. And if you're able, or if one is able, to clearly define where one wants to be in the future, I think, well, you have all the path covered.